Hey, what's up everybody? It's Mark, and I think I'm thinking about calling myself the Reluctant Restorer because I'm not sure this is a project I really want to take on. But from the title you probably know what the vehicle is. I inherited a Ford F-150 Lightning from a former client. And in his trust it said it was a 2000 model year, but when I checked the VIN number, it comes up as a 2002. And so it's a truck I've always liked the looks of, but I'm not a truck restorer. I'm not a car restorer. So, and it's a 20-some-year-old car. It needs some work, and yeah, so let's at least take a quick peek at it. I've already cleaned out the inside, but we'll start with the inside. Okay, that doesn't make sense, so let's actually start on the outside, just to get a walk around of it. So I think it was originally blue. I can tell by looking in the bed, and it's been painted red. It has a different hood than stock. There's a lot of things that aren't stock on this car. It's missing parts, so there's a lot to inventory. It has these Da Vinci rims that I think are 20s that I just wish you would have kept the original SVT rims on this thing, and those things are expensive now. It certainly has aftermarket mirrors. There's molding missing from some of the doors. Has kind of a tonneau cover that's okay. The back is missing the Ford badge. All the badging is missing, which I like the Lightning badge. He has the different bumper to make it look more like a street truck, and he has the handle for the trunk, or for the tailgate, is on the inside. So I don't know if, I guess I'm assuming that's not a stock tailgate that he just modified. But I don't know. Yeah. He put in the body color steps on the side. So inside I've cleaned it up a little bit, and it doesn't look too bad for a 20-year-old car. I think a little detail in here will go a long way. It has some issues here at the dash, but I have all the parts. I'm not a big fan of the red. I kind of wish you'd have kept it. So I've been looking at other parts for this. He did it on these handles too, on the door. So I don't know if the original handles matched. These don't even look like they're supposed to be there because they're funny looking. They don't fit well. I'm sure it's a different rear view mirror. This isn't working, but I can get it to work. This just kind of ends here, and I don't know if it's supposed to be unfinished like that. Maybe there's supposed to be a light there. It's sticky. And then when you get to the other side, there's the blue insert here, and then a red insert there. We're gonna go over that in a second and take a peek. About 126,000 miles on it. Let me go to the other side. All right, here's looking in the driver's side, obviously. The power seat works except for going forward to back. So I don't think that's a fuse. I think it's either a motor or a bad connection somewhere. So I have to look into that. Thankfully, it's kind of okay for me. These aftermarket pedals, ooh, I do not like those. To each their own, but that's not my style. Here again, you can see the red here and then the blue there. I'd like to replace that. I have the bottom of the steering wheel cover, so I can get that on. The steering wheel is really janky. It has this red, both bottom and top, and I don't know how they did it. I don't know if they had to cut the leather off to get this on there. So, and I don't know if I can maybe recover that. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I thought maybe a fire extinguisher, but maybe it's a aftermarket alarm. That seems to have been, maybe there is one cut wire down here. This, I don't know what this is. It's just I guess to pull, but I think it looks kind of bad. So I've looked at ordering another one of these for when I screw this thing off, but it's like a $60 part. So maybe I can go to a junkyard and find one. I mean, any F-150 would have the right part. And yeah, then there was some wiring to the back. I'm gonna get to the back. All right, back on the passenger side. That's as far forward as I can get that seat. Maybe that's as far forward as it goes in terms of the tilt. And looking back here, I just really don't know, like, am I missing a trim piece that goes across, or is this how it's supposed to look? I've tried to look at pictures. Obviously I'm missing some of these pieces, but I just don't know if there's another piece. But it looks like they were kind of wiring this thing up for maybe an amp and some speakers back here. So we'll probably get rid of that. Door molding on this side seems to be okay. I don't know if this is aftermarket because it's a totally different color. I thought it was gray on the Lightnings, but I don't know. Yeah, there's some work to do. All right, opening the tonneau cover. I have no idea who made this cover. There are no real locks on it. I don't have any key that would open the top. These hinges look like extremely over-engineered, and I have an extra one, but maybe that's how it's supposed to be. I got some extra tires with it that I don't know what to do with these. I think they're the wrong size. He had a lot of cars and parts. Here you can see the bed, so you can tell it used to be a different color. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about taking the tonneau off, but then the bed is an issue because it's not the same color. Yeah, and so you open it here like this. Like I said, maybe I should get used to these wheels. I just don't like them that much. I do have the caps for them, the center caps. I think I do have the locking lug, whatever that piece is called. The tires are for shit, and they're mismatched. When the car drives, it's a little shaky, about 70 miles an hour. I already have new headlights coming. I just went with I think the two-piece OEM looking headlights. I want to get a new upper grille. It's obviously needs a new lower grille. I think I need some new I'll need some new fog lights to match the headlights, at least in appearance. The tinted look a lot of people like. I don't hate it, but it looks like, I don't know if there's something on here or they're just really old, but it looked like there's something peeling on a few of them. They say that the code for this is on the ECM module. I have no idea where that is. I've looked in the spots I thought it would be, but don't know where that is. Yeah, what else? Anyway, that's the 2002 F-150 Lightning. I'm excited for it. But I have some confessions I'm going to have to make. All right, so here are my confessions. I can get overwhelmed with projects. And first of all, I'm not a mechanic. I'm an amateur handy person. I can get frustrated with projects. I can get overwhelmed with projects. I'm really good at making lists, but getting it all done is another thing. And then, you know, the more you sit and think about the car, of course, it's 20-some years old. It's had some changes already. It just needs kind of some maintenance that was deferred before done. But like, you start thinking about it, and that's where it gets overwhelming. The list can get so long. I mean, even just putting on, you know, new wiper arms, because it needs those. That's a small project, but it's just one of lots and lots of projects. So I think I'm gonna just kind of figure out where to start. Maybe the interior, and get the interior, you know, cleaned up, get a stereo in here, get it, you know, where it's, I don't know, partially, mostly done. I'm not even sure what I'm trying to say. And then, of course, at the same time, I want to make sure the car is mechanically sound and fine, and I'm not hurting it by driving it. It's, like I said, a little loose at higher speeds, above about 65. And so I'm sure it probably needs suspension. These tires don't match. So that's probably an issue as well. And so it's going to go to the mechanic next week for kind of the walk around, the poke under the undercarriage there, and give me an idea of how many things are wrong with this or what needs fixing. And then I don't have a whole lot of time, and again, I'm not a mechanic and I don't have a dedicated space to do mechanical work. So then it becomes a matter of paying someone to, you know, do the brake job or the jobs that need kind of the facilities to do them. So yeah, I'm overwhelmed, but it's an awesome truck. Love it. I like the looks of it. And what I really want to do is get it to my daughter next July for her sweet 16 birthday. Get it to a point where it's, you know, safe for her to drive. Which I'm not sure any near 400 horsepower car is safe for a 16-year-old to drive, but yeah, would want to put in, if I could get a backup camera wired into this, if I could get, you know, obviously a better stereo with some Bluetooth capabilities, although she's not allowed to use her phone in the car. It seems like we should hear it run, at least on the first video. So let's do that. You'll notice my door's open. I'm getting no beeps at all in the car, and the light's not on when I open the door. So I don't know. Not a big deal. Let's start this baby. I think that's a little belt noise in there, but yeah, maybe I'll pull the hood. We'll take a look. All right, there it is. I'm sure there's supposed to be a cover here. There's probably some things missing here. I know that I think this is also an aftermarket part because it's painted red as opposed to, yes, and it feels loose and janky. So yeah, I got to tell you, I don't even know if that's the original intercooler or the original blower, because I thought they said Ford on them instead of, this one says Kenny Bell.